Hey guys, Mistress Kaylin here, and I've done a couple of videos in the past with Minecraft, but not many. One of the things I did do was the roller coaster on Realms Melik. Get my words right. Um, the roller coaster itself was built by someone else, but the dragon at the end was built by me. You sort of glide into it. It's on my playlist somewhere. I'm not sure if it's actually public or not. Might change it later. Recently I did a tour of the Confessor's Palace that we're building on there as well. That's built by me and Kavolta, but this one that I'm about to load, I've got the whole of the world. It's really old. It was built back in, I think, 2008 or 9. It was very old. It's been at least 5 years on this thing. It really has. I built this with two friends from the Netherlands. They currently don't play multiplayer, though I have had one in recently on one of the other servers that I've been on. The reason is that one of them is ill and it's just not a feasible thing. But anyway, this is one of the two projects that we've been working on, that we've worked on in the past, and it's a really big one. I'll show you at the end of the video a picture of what the actual city should look like, because it's not, I mean, it says Atlantis there, but it's not the Atlantis you think it is. This particular Atlantis comes from a TV show called Stargate Atlantis. You've probably heard of it. If not, I will definitely put a picture at the end. But this lovely world has a nice big city in the middle of it, and it's literally just sitting in void, and that is the type of world that we actually built it in. Was completely 100% void world. It's been upgraded through the times. I'm currently sitting this on 1.11. It's always been made in vanilla. We never wanted to do it as a modded version because that was always just too hard to upgrade and caused too many problems. But this city was massive, and we did it in creative vanilla. And we started with obviously the base, and then dropped the base down a few layers. If I drop down, you can see that actually it's just a few layers of coal ore down here, and then it builds out. But all of this was done randomly by, I think Nefray did this bit, but it took us ages. We laid out the iron blocks around the edge, pixel by pixel from an image, and that took forever to do. I'm not kidding, absolutely forever. I think I started one point and went one way, and Nefray started at the same point and went the other way, and that's how we laid out the base. And then it was just a case of filling it in, and we haven't used anything like World Edit or any sort of building mods at all, so it's been literally done by hand. The only time we did do that was for some of the towers. A couple of these little towers have been just duplicated where they are. I mean, if you look at this one, there's another one of these just over here, look, facing exactly the same direction. So it's literally just been copied and pasted. This one's been turned a little, but there are about 6 different, there's another one, same direction as well. It's the solar panels. There are about 6 or 7 different designs of tower. This one here is personnel tower, so sort of living quarters. We had a script once that let this become an elevator, so you just stand here, press the button, break the button in my case, put that back. So press the button and it will just drop you up to the next level. Obviously it doesn't work at the moment. I don't remember how he did it. I really don't. But there's a couple of really silly things with these towers. They've got a little living garden at the top, but it's supposed to be a living garden. At the top of one of them, if I can find it, there's something really funny going on. And I can't believe that it's actually still there. If it is still there, please still be there. See, these towers are just duplicated. There's 3 of them. There they are. There we go, look. Piggies! Got animals at the top. We had to do some silly stuff with them. Yeah, that one's been duplicated, but it's been changed direction. No, it hasn't. Okay. Just me, I thought it was. but each of the rooms has been furnished, which is something we didn't do in a lot of places. So you've got, imagine you come in from the front, so you get the elevator up, come in, you've got a storage chest and your reading stool with a little table and dining table and chairs, if you want. Around here you've got, yeah, I don't know. I think there might have been a bed missing from there. I think so. This is the bathroom with a shower, which doesn't actually shower, with our toilet, and a bath. Yeah. Let's not go into that one. But anyway, that tower I don't think has got anything in it. We did start working on like floors and things for the towers, but we never got around to doing anything with them. I think this one was meant to be communications, which is why it's got a long antenna on the top. It's been a while, I don't actually remember what half the towers are for. I know this one was the solar panels on front. I know the people's ones, I think that was communications. This one baffles me a little bit because this has got its own little elevator really with it. Again, doesn't work, so up we go this way. Nothing on all the levels. At the top, it changes. This level's wider, taller. The design of the windows changes for a start. And then there's this at the top, which again has got the obsidian, which we were actually using as solar panels. So I've got to change my wall. Don't look all the way down because I can literally just fall through the building. Look at that nice window. That's a good view. We used to spend so long on this server. Well, actually, it's not on a server at the moment. I think the server's currently shut down. Quick repair job. How many floors are there? There we go, bottom one. Yeah. But the one we spent the most time on, I like this tower, let me just go in and out. There is a doorway here though. Yeah, so the one we spent the most time on was obviously the base and this central tower. Now there's only two ways in. You have to be inside the base already to get through there. I don't know why there's stuff down there, but you have to be inside already to get there. So we've got a hole here. Huge. Holes. And then you go up the stairs to each of the levels. This was the main power room, which in Atlantis was the chair room. We've never actually got down to building the chair. It was controlled by a gene. You'd have to know the show to understand. This was all storage space. I think there might have been some rooms that we were going to do, but no idea at the moment. The only other way into the towers was here. And this is something we were going to do like all over the place. Have like entryways that go up to certain levels, up to that point there where that tower is, where it comes out of it, and have sort of bridges across from the main tower into other towers all around at different levels, so that there was multiple ways out of the main tower into other towers and such. So it wasn't drastic. So I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to start at the bottom because there is nothing down here. I've shown you a share room, but each of the floors as you go up has got nothing on it until you get closer to the top. This one was a double floor for share room because it was massive. So we've got mess hall, and with a lot of the rooms we literally just expanded on ideas of, well, people worked in offices down here, they didn't want to trudge up to level 3 to go to the mess halls, down to up to level like 15 or something to go to the mess hall, and such. So rec room, again, nothing decorated. None of them are, because we were good like that. We've got offices, not decorated, but we did at least put in some like divider space so you can see. That's the way down again onto the piers. But it was a long walk. It's a long walk up. It's a very long walk up. Hologram room. In the show there was a hologram that they found in the first episode. They went back to it, I think, in season 3, but I don't remember seeing it that often. Science labs again, it's like offices, just divided out. Space for use. The expedition was mostly science, so that was what they used, but we didn't plan the rooms based on what the original builders had. We actually planned them based on what we thought was available in the city when they were living there, because we've got people from Earth living in a city, so the city was advanced civilization that disappeared. So it's kind of like we interpreted what they made the rooms into and went from there, built off of that rather than what the original purpose was, which is really difficult to figure out when we have a habit of just taking up a room and, oh, that'll be the kitchen, even though it's got no sort of kitchen appliances in it whatsoever. I know, I'm weird. I'm getting closer to the top now because I'm on level 14, I think there's 22, but they start changing at about 16 or 17, find out in a little while. There we go. See, this stairway is different from the ones below. It's got a slightly different layout because this is now in a wider part of the city, in the main tower. And again, out here, the stairway is different because we've had to adjust for the width. Quarantine and observation. Yeah, observation. Obviously, loads of glass. Private room, the changing toilet. Quarantine area. We need to floor this off rather than leave it as it is. Otherwise, it's just weird. Up here, we've got a medical bay, which obviously we haven't decorated. We've done nothing. Surgery. This is a missing blocks. A whole ton of glass missing here. Look how high we are. All the way up. Space bumps it. So now we're getting into the things that we saw more in the show. This floor's completely different. Look where the stairs are there. There's stairs up there. And around here, sprint a little bit, we've got stairs up and office space. And the stairs down are around here. So it's completely changed now. So there's no structural sort of continuation to it now. We've got a lot more sort of supply rooms and offices. This is the armory. I think we had plans on what to do with it, and yeah, God knows if we remember them. I think I still got all the original sort of pictures and such that we grabbed along the way to try and build from. But we had a couple of hidden compartments and places here and there, little pockets that we ended up with that we didn't know what to do with. Right, so here we've got stairway up here, which leads up into the control room. Stairway up here, which leads up into the office of the lady in charge, which is Elizabeth Weir. Over this side, this is the stairs that come up from the floor below, where the office was. This is decontamination. So you come out of your journey from the Stargate, which is that big ring there, or as much of a ring as it can be in Minecraft. We had a functioning version of it at one point as well. So you come out of there, go straight into decontamination if you think it's needed. So, yeah, look, level 20. So there's 21 levels, 22 levels, because there is another one up there. Might actually count as 23. On this side, up the stairs here, we've got the conference room. And this, it's open like this because in the show, the doors would slide shut. So it'd be like they expanded out. And we wanted to sort of fit that in somehow, but without actually really having the ability to do so. Back here is the stairway down to the previous level, back to the gate room. Again, we'd have a sliding door that would close across the back, so that people couldn't just walk up there. We've got a balcony that became quite popular because Dr. Weir and Colonel Shepherd used to always come out here and just sort of watch. Though they couldn't see the landing there, but I'll tell you about that landing in a minute. So we've got the gate room below us. This is the control room where I'm standing now, this space. There's a stairwell up there that goes up to a hangar bay. And over here is Dr. Weir's office. Now we had no idea with this. We actually had quite a few sort of discussions or debates about that office because in season 1 the pictures for the set actually showed it more sort of here-ish. So it was a little further out so that she could see over the Stargate from an angle, and it looked like the control room was further around where the stairs are, but the stairs were always opposite. It was really weird. But then in later seasons or vice versa, it was like she was literally beside the Stargate, so we did it that way. That stairway back there, by the way, that leads back down to the gate room, comes out there. So the hangar bay, they had little crafts in Atlantis, but they don't know what they were originally called. Colonel Shepherd named them jumpers. They were puddle jumpers. So this is one such puddle jumper. We built 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Don't actually think they had that many. Didn't make them very big. They're not actually to spec what they used to be, what they were in the show, because there used to be 2 sets of chairs at the front, then a bulkhead door, and then the back compartment. So we kind of hedged off doing that because the longer we made it, the more it didn't look right, so we sort of cut it off. We had 2 up here, and then all the way up here we had a nice roof. This would open and let the ships go up and out into the world, and the glass in the bottom would open and let the ships go out and through the Stargate. Quite cool. Yeah, so I'll tell you about the land. In the series there was a patch of land that they colonised in with the people that they rescued in the first episode. We were going to build their little village on the mainland as well. I think we did originally just spawn in a patch of land to do it with at a distance, and I don't think that is it. It was like that, the wall with the lava falling down and everything, but I don't think that's it because this seems to stretch all the way around the city, and that wasn't what we'd originally planned. So I'm pretty sure that this land has generated in the world over the time of us upgrading into different ones, and it might be a case that Nevrayu's taken the city out of one file and just dropped it into another file, and the void has just created the gap in the land from where he's cut and pasted, rather than just upgrading the world to a void world. So yeah, but we never actually got around to building anything on there because we never finished that. So there was a lot more to do. I mean, there's a lot of detail in this already, especially with like the personnel towers and such, but there was one of these piers like this, because this is a landing pier, and I think that's not a landing pier, or the other way around, who knows, that got finished. This is Nevrayu's pier. It's got signs at the end of it that say Nevrayu's pier. Keep out. I'm going to trespass and affray you. I'm sorry. See? So I'm going to trespass down here because the detail on this is awesome. It's got little compartments here. I think these were sort of crane arms that would take cargo off. On both sides we've got control rooms on each one so that people could actually control the ship's landing. There's all sorts. And the detail was just, I still love it. To this day, I still love it. Best detail going. And it goes well with the fact that, like, over here, I think there's supposed to be one over there as well. It's just random detail. But it's what it was. So yeah, that is the city of Atlantis in Minecraft. You see what I mean about the world? The land going all the way around. That is it. Thanks for watching.